What's up, YouTube? This is Daniel Carter at AfroHerpkeeper here. It has been quite a while since we did anything that could be described as a live animal unboxing on this YouTube channel. However, all of that is finally about to change today as we unbox one of the coolest salamander species on Earth. The planet we live on is infested with life. Creeping, crawling, slithering life. Once upon a time, everything we did revolved around the natural world. But now, there are billions of us, and we as a species have never strayed further from our roots. Even so, some of us continue to slip through the cracks. I'm not scared of any animal, no matter the number of teeth, claws, or legs. My only directive is to reconnect you with the wild, to defend the creatures that need it most, and to do my part to preserve the biodiversity of our remarkable world. My name is Daniel Carter, and you're watching AfroHerpkeeper. So for those who are unfamiliar, shipping live animals like reptiles, amphibians, invertebrates, and fish is a fairly common practice in the United States and abroad. When done professionally, this process centers around the well-being of the animals. They are in clearly marked packaging. You can't really control what the FedEx delivery guy is going to do, but you can tell what's in the box. These guys are packed with insulation and padding, and if necessary, things like heat packs to ensure that they stay around the right temperature for the entire duration of the trip. And it's always just an overnight shipment. When done properly and professionally like this, shipping live animals in a box in this manner actually comes with pretty minimal risk to the well-being of the animals. So, with all that said, considering this box just got dropped off on my doorstep, I am pretty eager to open it up and make sure that everybody inside is okay. So without any further ado, let's get this box open. Okay, this is an exciting moment. As you can see, first thing that comes up, big layer of styrofoam. Styrofoam is an excellent insulator. It's meant to keep them cool if they need to be cool and warm if they need to be warm. We are going to throw that on the ground. Underneath here, paper towels, excellent padding, crumple material, and we have a receipt of sale. Oh my God. Oh, here they are, and aren't they beautiful? Okay, are you ready? So what's inside this box is two Isthmura bellii, Bell's false brook salamanders. This is the first time that I've ever seen them in person, and aren't they spectacular? Wow. Hi buddies, you doing okay? Okay, let's get this box out of the way. It was well packed. These guys are amphibians, and so they do better at cooler rather than warmer temperatures, so there's no heat packs or anything in the box. It was just styrofoam, paper towels, salamanders in a huge deli cup, and a receipt of sale. Let me take these guys out of the package and get a better look at them before we talk about them. If you're watching this with existing knowledge of amphibians, you might know that it is unwise to handle amphibians with your bare hands because the oils in your skin can actually leach into their bodies and cause harm. So, in order to counteract this, we are actually going to be getting our fingers wet so that those oils are less concentrated on our skin. Oh my God, they are beautiful. Okay. So, what do I hold in my hand here? This is a species called the Bell's false brook salamander, Isthmura bellii. This is a Mexican species of salamander. It is a plethodontid, which means that they are in the family of lungless salamanders. They don't actually have lungs to respire like we do. They actually get all of their oxygen directly through their skin. This is the largest species of plethodontid, and these two could potentially reach a length of 14 inches long. going to re-wet them real quick. And this isn't tap water, this is reverse osmosis filtered well water. Oh my god, they are so perfect. These have the best feet ever. I don't want to handle these guys for too long because I don't want to warm them up on top of, you know, getting any oils on their skin. So we're going to set them back in here and let's talk about them for a while. I'll film some good pickup shots to show you. So the Bell's False Brook salamander is a species of plethodontid or lungless salamander from Mexico. This species is classified as vulnerable in the wild, and that is primarily due to habitat loss and deforestation. They are found mainly in old-growth forest, but they're also somewhat adaptable, and they have taken to places like coffee plantations. Something I find so cool about salamanders is that you look at the salamanders that are native to my area, and then you look at these guys, which are from maybe 300 or 400 miles down south of me, and you can still see the similarities. So both of these guys appear to be in good health and relatively good spirits. I'm very happy about that. These two, along with my other salamanders, are going to be going into big, professionally constructed tubs. I will have a video out on that probably next week. Another incredible thing about this species is that they actually have projectile tongues, like a chameleon. They can shoot their prey with their tongue, draw it back, and consume it. They have adorable webby toes, which are used for grasping, and a slightly prehensile tail, which means that they must be at least somewhat good at climbing vertical terrain. This is the first time I've ever seen this species in person. So I'm just taking in everything that I can. The rows of spots running down their back are stunning. I am now in ownership of two of these guys. I don't know either of their genders, so we're going to hope that it's a pair. If not, then, you know, I can just keep my eyes out for males or females in the future. However, I should note this for the crowd that is in the know about current environmental issues and about salamanders. This species, as I mentioned, is listed as vulnerable by the IUCN, mainly due to habitat loss and deforestation. However, to my knowledge, at other times when they have shown up in the United States, they have actually been confiscated because they were illegal wild-caught imports. To the best of my knowledge, these salamanders were bred in captivity. I do have a receipt of sale. These guys are actually from the Dallas-Fort Worth Reptarium, so I bought them from an exotic pet store and not an international animal smuggler. So as this is such a special and remarkable species, I will be doing everything within my power to actually try and get them to breed in captivity. In the United States, we have relatively few salamander breeders in general, and even few people working with this species. I'm really hopeful that I could have success in breeding this particular species in my own room, because I am a believer and proponent in conservation through commercialization. Essentially what that means is if you're producing enough of a species in captivity, it will offset the demand for that species from the wild. However, even with that said, and there are exceptions, the exotic pet trade is not the primary driver of the decline in most species. As I've emphasized, the primary drivers behind this and what needs the most attention is habitat loss and deforestation. With 7 billion humans on the planet and counting, we are taking up more and more of the wild space that wildlife needs to survive. And so because of this, one of the best ways to ensure that a species will survive into the future is through captive cultivation. I know a fair bit about salamanders. I'm willing to spend a lot of money on their setup. I have 3 species, including these guys now, and I'm really hopeful that I can produce more of them in the years to come. So, whatever you want to call them, swamp boogers, dirt monsters, gummy lizards, I am proud to now be in ownership of this beautiful and fascinating salamander species. From me, from these guys, from the rest of the crew, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll try to get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. And if this is your first time watching my content and you'd like to see more reptiles, amphibians, and invertebrates in the future, please feel free to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, feel free to hit the little bell icon to get notified when I upload new content. Stay tuned for a setup video on these and my other species of salamander. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a good one.